Well, hey guys, it's Josh here, just checking in for you. Apparently, I don't know why my camera's doing this, but it seems like it's a little choppy. I tried three different capture cards and even a completely different camera, but for some reason it's just doing this, and I don't know why. I'm gonna do the thing that I normally do, and I'm just gonna blame Arch Linux for this because that's what I'm running right now. But anyways, guys, I've been living in Hyperland now for about a week and 3 days or something like that. I've I very briefly attempted going back to Gnome, but for some reason I just came back. And I've been working on the build here for a little bit. But first of all, I want to bring something to your attention. So I got this email, and this is actually the very first I'm going to call this a sponsorship offer. This is actually the first sponsorship offer I have actually received. And if you read this, yeah, they make sex toys. So I did respond to them. I really did. And basically all I did was just send them off to probably the most important website that is available, or well, the most important page on my website, and that is this one right here. It is 10lyj.com/sponsors, and you can see these are all of my sponsorship rules. It's 6 of them, right? And you can even see where I will list out all of my sponsors. If they sponsor a specific video, I will have a link to the video. I promise you. You can even see where I even talk about community sponsorships. This is where you can actually send me stuff, but I'm not gonna ask you guys for anything. But this is for transparency. I believe that we should be as transparent as we possibly can as content creators. And because I'm a solo person, I'm going to do the best I can for that. But anyways, guys, I want to talk about Hyprland because that's really what you're here for, right? So let's go back to desktop. We don't need that anymore. Yes, we did pop it. Well, we decided we were going to pull out our System 76 wallpapers, and we are slowly working on turning this into Pop OS the window manager. I've been working with waybar a little bit. You can see that. Yeah, I'm still working on figuring out the workspaces and all that because they're weird. They're weird if you're running a triple monitor system and you're used to working with something like DWM or the awesome window manager. I'm still wrapping my head around it, but waybar, after taking 10 hours, I finally think I have it figured out. I don't work in CSS very often. Basically next to never, because I just don't. And so it's taken me a very long time to wrap my wee little head around it. Even though I don't have a whole lot of hair up here for insulation. My head was getting a little warm because my head brain was getting a little hot. So anyways, we took some time and we've been delving into it. I guess we can even look at the config here. We'll use a real man's text editor. We'll use Vim, and tell you what, it has been an experience because I've taken some time. This is a very stock config because I decided I was going to restart from scratch, and then I realized today's Wednesday and I need to record a video for tomorrow. Because I'm trying to produce weekly videos, and of course I don't really have a backlog right now. But yeah, we are working on this very slowly and very steadily. So tell you what, we cd back into .config because I don't know why I ever left it, and we'll just open Vim up in here, and let's look at the Hyprland configuration here. Obviously, my dot files are going to be in the GitLab repo, and I've been tinkering with this quite a bit. You can see where I've pushed a lot of commits to it lately. Lead files. Yeah, I've been working on this quite a bit. Yes, I know about the free tier. But 267 commits in for this here. You can see, I've been working. I've been working on it. But, I've taken some time to, refine the animations a little bit. If you've been paying attention to, my Discord channels and, me on, the social medias, I've been messing around with, the border animations lately. And I think I've got them timed just about right. They actually seem just a little bit slow right now. But if you just pay attention here, you can see that I'm running a gradient border. I've got a yellow border. I've got a 45-degree split on, so you can see where it's yellow on the bottom and blue on the top. And when I open up a window, it'll actually be yellow on the top and blue on the bottom, and you'll see it rotate. Just like that. Obviously, it's very quick because, it's a window manager. I want it to be quick and efficient. But what I can do is I can actually go up here. Where's the line? There it is, border size. We'll just make the borders massive and 20. And so now when I open up a window, I have this nice big border that you guys can see. And you can see where it just very quickly just does a rotation. And honestly, is it functional? No, but it looks cool. So I decided I was just going to do that, and we'll set that back to the same number. But yeah, I know that it's not the most complicated configure in the world, but at the same time, I spent a lot of time, just working out how the animations work in this, and it uses Bezier curves, which is not a concept that I'm particularly familiar with. So I spent about 7 hours just trying to wrap my head around how 4 numbers can make a rotation. But, I got it working. I still need to work on the timings just a little bit. Just a little bit. I think the rotation animation needs to be a little bit quicker, or I just need to drop the window animation down. But that's not something I want to do right now. For terminal colors, I'm still running basically the same terminal colors I've always ran, very, very stock, because this is what I'm used to looking at. I'm not going to take any time to do a full system rise. My GTK theme, it is still going to be Arc Dark, because Arc Dark is honestly the theme that I've been using for many, many years now, and I'm kind of just used to looking at it. I have debated checking out some of the Pop OS themes and importing them into this, but not that concerned about it. Not that concerned about it whatsoever. But, I want to talk about, Wayland in general. Obviously, well, like I said, my video's kind of terrible, and I can look over here and I can see myself 2 seconds later. So, yeah, that's a little messy here. But Wayland in general has really improved in the last year, and honestly, I've been really impressed by how well this project specifically has been working, and I think that's just because the lead developer is fairly talented with C++. He's been, and he said in an interview with Brody Robertson that he's been working with it for 15 years at this point, so he's got some experience working with the language. And, he seems to be very receptive to, community feedback as well. And honestly, it's really impressed me with, how much work he's been doing. And, I'm surprised that a window manager like this has so many wonderful features. And it is as stable as it is. Because, next week we're looking at Wayfire. And that's something else. We're still taking some time to wrap our head around Wayfire, but Wayfire is, well, if you've used Compiz before, you know what Wayfire is, and we've got all the little cool effects with it, but it's need to work on it. But anyways, this is just a quick little update video that I'm doing on Hyprland. Obviously, last video I pulled out VS Code, and since the last episode of distro hacking, I've kind of sworn off VS Code because VS Code does not tell you that symlinks are symlinks. Instead, it just shows you a file. Like, that's a pretty big issue for me because I actually do run quite a few symlinks in my configuration. They're not in the Git repo because I just told Git I just don't track them, but they are on. I do tend to make a lot of symlinks and messing around with stuff, and I've been delving more into text editors lately, and just messing around with them, and I'm using Vim right now. If I look up like Emacs, I don't even have Emacs on the system, and I'm kind of known as a bit of an Emacs guy, but realistically, like I've been messing around with like this super short Vim configuration. It's impressively short for like how much I've been messing around with Vim. I'm still using NerdTree. As far as I know, I think NerdTree has actually been depreciated, but I'm still using it because I just haven't done much of anything with it. I have been tinkering around with VimWiki. I don't have any of my wiki files on here. I actually keep them on. I've been using VimWiki primarily on like my server, so obviously it's not going to show up here. And I'm still not 100% certain how much I actually enjoy Vim, as like the text editor that I use on my desktop. I understand that Vim is a fantastic piece of software, but when it comes down to like my actual use cases, I've always seen Vim as like the in and out editor. Like you sit there, you open up a terminal, you need to just make a very quick edit to a file. You just get into Vim, and then you get out. That's how I've always treated Vim. But like I've spent a lot more time in it, and I've met some frustrations that I've had with it. But it is solvable, so I'm not gonna make a big giant deal about it. And then, honestly, even though you might know me as a bit of an Emacs guy, most of my time in Emacs has actually not been doing anything productive. Probably like 90% of my Emacs usage is literally just living in org mode. Because the org syntax, it is a bit of a learning curve to like figure out org mode, but that's just what I've always used for like my D&D campaigns. So, and it's worked beautifully for that, and VimWiki is not an alternative for it. I can tell you that right now. So we are working on a solution, but of course I've also got to work on a solution for the camera too, because that is actually kind of frustrating me, because I've got OBS open over there, and watching me like move 2.5 seconds after I actually do something, or even like 1 second after I do something, it's a little jarring, just a little bit. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna step out here. Obviously, like I know that I used to say that I would post to like PeerTube and Odyssey first compared to YouTube, but I've been super lazy and just letting the PeerTube sync just take care of posting videos over to there. Honestly, like I don't know how much I care about giving YouTube a shaft, because my content is super small to begin with, so it's just like I'm just gonna post stuff just to post stuff, and I think PeerTube at this point is behind YouTube, and I don't know how long it takes for the videos to show up over there, but they do show up. The PeerTube instance that, but I think they're in my stalker link. I'm not 100% certain. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here.